Welcome to Talk About Nerds, a bi-weekly, always geeky podcast about all things nerd. My name is Sindre, and with me I have my magically gifted friend Åvar, and my younger edition, the jockiest of nerds, Kenneth. This podcast is a product of Nords and Nerds, a media group where we stream D&D on Mondays, Magic the Gathering on Tuesdays, and Warhammer on Wednesdays every week. Today's episode is sponsored by Victory Point, your local hobby store in Bryne, Norway. Victory Point has a large gaming area where the communities and in-store play are the number one priority.
Victory Point, the starting point of your victories.
Okay, boys, it's another podcast, another week. No pandemic stopping us from doing this again.
They can't stop us now.
Can't stop us now.
They can though, but
Yeah,
Finally.
please don't shut us down.
but now we have a better distance, so it's better. I can't even touch you anymore. I miss you so much.
I miss you.
You're so far away.
Yes.
You can touch me though.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
So anyway, have you guys been up to anything interesting for the last, 2 weeks now?
Well, in the sense that a new game came out that me and the friend tried to play, which is Dying Light 2, which
Zombie survival.
Zombie survival first-person parkour.
It looks
Okay.
amazing.
It
Isn't
looks amazing, and the gameplay, as far as I got, was very nice. They removed some bugs, they streamlined it a little bit, but the multiplayer is not working properly, which is a common issue with new releases. So I'm gonna try again this weekend.
So is it a server issue or is it
I think it's a server connectivity issue, because the usual one we got was you have been disconnected from multiplayer.
Ah.
Okay, that's sad.
Yes, very sad.
I
We
get it
look
if it
forward
is
to
a volume thing. If there are too many players trying to log in at the same time and stuff like that.
I can understand that.
But
as
if it's
well.
an actual bug that they should have caught in the betas, it's a little bit worse.
Yeah, considering how big the company that made it is, they should have caught that before they released it.
Do you know who
But-
made it?
I don't remember, but
That
it's
would have
Dying Light
been-
2.
Yeah, it's
Probably-
Techland. It's
Yeah,
the developer and publisher.
yeah, it should have been caught.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I'm patient. I can wait.
Is it mainly multiplayer game? Is it mainly
No.
single player?
It's the basis for it is a game out many years ago now. It was called Dead Island. It had the first-person zombie survival mechanic. The gimmick was you make your weapons. So if you have like a sword, you can do stuff with it, and suddenly it does flame damage or stuff like that. And you can decapitate zombies or remove an arm and stuff like that. And then they work together, if I remember correctly, with the people who made Mirror's Edge
Oh, yeah.
to combine the two and make Parkour Zombie, which was very enjoyable. That was Dying Light 1. And now the second has come out, and it's... The simplest explanation is first-person parkour zombie survival,
Okay.
with a little bit of RPG.
On the multiplayer side though, is it like more of a co-op lobby or is it matchmaking?
Well, you can, I believe you can play up to 4 people together, and it's co-op. But the main game is single player.
Okay.
But I agreed with my friend to play it with him, and I really want to, so I'll wait.
Saving it for that.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Hopefully they'll fix it soon enough.
I hope so.
Yeah, might as well. I did play quite a bit of Dead Island when it was new.
Yeah,
but
it's a
only
good
the
game.
first one. I never played the second one.
The first one was better.
Yeah, and I never
But-
got into Dying Light, even though it looks amazing. And
No.
now the second one, I should probably just jump straight into that one.
Yeah, and you
skip
can
the first
you can
one.
play it single player if you want to, because I think the graphics. What amazed me actually was my computer automatically set it to the highest graphics. My computer is like 4 or 5 years old now, and the graphics don't go any higher. But the color usage and the scene settings and like the fullness of the scenes, there's a lot of stuff there. It's really impressive. It seems like it has like top tier like computer graphics, but it just doesn't run like it does. Or I mean, it doesn't like try to murder my computer.
I was just trying to look up a zombie game that I can't remember the name of, which I believe Dead Island is sort of...
Left 4 Dead?
No, it's a different game, but it's a a game that sort of revolutionized this whole combining items to make other weapons and stuff.
Yeah, isn't that Dead Island?
No, it's a different game.
Oh, it's an older one.
Remember, yeah. But a game came up which was categorized under zombie games, and it was Warcraft 3.
That's not a zombie game.
It did introduce the undead.
Not the first instance of that? No.
As a playable race.
It
was never a playable race in Warcraft 2. They only had sort of parts of the race.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, yes.
So I understand why they included it. It's just,
but it's no.
It's not a zombie game.
Yeah, but no.
It has zombie-like creatures.
No, it has zombie creatures.
Yeah.
But
I
would not call that a zombie game.
I've never actually seen anything of Dying Light 1 or 2.
Really?
But
Dead Rising is the game I was thinking about. Dead Rising 1, 2, 3, 4. It's sort of like a game that has a lot of zombies in a mall. Shopping mall.
Oh yeah, Dead Rising. Yes, it's the where you play a reporter in 2 of them, I believe, and a motorbike dude in one of them. Yeah, I know what. Those are more humoristic. Yeah, as far as I'm aware. They are also massively popular.
Yeah, and that came out in 2006.
No, I've actually not seen anything, but that's because I've taken a stance against zombie games.
Why?
I got bored and tired of everything zombie and vampire. Probably 10 years ago.
Really?
Since then, I've just stayed away from everything that has with zombies and vampires to do.
Any particular reason or just overload?
Twilight?
No, not Twilight. I like the Twilight movies, actually. It was just too much of it in the market.
I will agree with you on that one because the market is flooded with it because it's popular.
Yeah, and it's very easy to do.
Yeah.
It's not hard to make a zombie game or movie.
Zombie is actually a little bit more difficult than a vampire movie or TV series that matter, because you had Twilight and then shortly afterwards you had True Blood.
Yeah.
Werewolves and zombies, more difficult than vampires. Vampires, I have fangs. Hey.
I just felt like everything that was new, and especially when the Battlefield and I don't know Battlefield, at least Call of Duty games started with zombie survival, and I think Battlefield did the same. And every game and every movie that came out.
But you know what I think you would have liked actually is, are you familiar with Vampire the Masquerade?
Yes.
Yeah, the role-playing game?
Yeah, it's a role-playing game, and it's also a PC game.
We actually have a group playing it here now in the store.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to apply for that, but I was a bit late, and I'm busy enough as is.
Yeah, same for me. I was early enough, but I don't have time.
Because if they made a TV series of that, I think that would be quite good actually. Because you have the Nosferatu, which is one of the branches of the vampire tree, and they look like the Nosferatu from the old German movie.
One of the bloodlines.
Yes, one of the bloodlines. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I believe.
You know what I mean, Kenneth?
No.
Can you find him a picture possibly?
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
But I believe
it's the most iconic. Well, it's one of the most iconic vampire characters ever made.
I've seen it before. Yes.
Yeah, it's very iconic.
Yeah, very iconic. But it's not the common vampire movie, TV series thing we see now.
It's not the sexualized one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
To be fair, if I saw the guy from Twilight in the room and I saw that guy in the room, I would run to the Twilight dude to get away from the Nosferatu one.
Nah, but I've seen a couple of things lately with a lot of different monsters. But it's when they focus solely on vampires and zombies, I just get
fair.
It's understandable.
It's just been too much of it.
But talking about Twilight,
yes,
that's an interesting topic.
Yeah,
it's very. I feel like Twilight has a special place in pop culture as a simultaneously overrated and underrated movie series.
Agreed.
Because I feel like the people who really love it. They overrate it.
Yeah.
But then you have people like you who are like, oh, Twilight, as soon as it's mentioned.
My issue with it is more the complete departure from common vampire lore. And I'm not talking about like Bram Stoker's Dracula, I mean. It's more like complete departure from every culture in the world's definition of a vampire. Yeah. That's more my issue with it.
For me, that's fine. I like authors finding new ways to use old sort of tropes.
But it's a little bit too romanticized for me.
Yeah. And that's
I can be out in sunlight, but I'm shiny. It's like, you're a forest nymph, not a vampire.
You seen them, Sindre?
Yeah, I've seen all of them. I think they're pretty good,
Eh,
but I don't think they're good vampire movies. I think
Yeah.
they're good sort of.
entertainment.
Drama.
Well,
movies.
they start off as a good sort of interesting love story and then end up in a little bit of a more weird place.
Yeah.
But I think that part is even better. The last two movies are a lot better because it gets more into the lore than just a romantic fantasy for a teenage girl.
Yeah, no.
Actually, the vampire court vampires, like the Renaissance vampires, I like them more because they're more traditional. Like, I'm 500 years old. Don't talk to me about me. Because as you get older, you get more and more like intolerant of like people's bullshit. It's like I've heard all this before. Leave me be.
Yeah, I do love the sort of living for a long time sort
Yeah.
of trope, as in Highlander, for example.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Highlander
Oh
movies?
yes.
I
All
think they're
of them, I
still
believe.
making the new one.
Really?
They're doing a sort of complete revamp.
Oh.
So basically
one.
remaking the first movie and creating a new universe
Yeah.
instead of trying to make a sequel
Yeah.
again, which
Because they
keeps
can't.
failing. Yeah.
I liked all of them except the last one that came out, I believe, because that one was bad,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think also is a Highlander 2 that is in the future.
No, it depicts the future. Was that the one where they're in a gigantic city and the sky is red and blah 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 blah? Yeah. That one was a little bit weird, but it still worked, and I liked some of the acting.
Yeah. So the Highlander reboot is starring Henry Cavill,
Oh,
and it's
that
expected
might be
to
good.
begin filming in 2022. And John Wick is the director.
Oh, I like it.
I think it can,
It can possibly
pretty
be
good.
good.
That's
as
probably
long as all of this is confirmed
Yeah.
information.
that's probably going to be the first Highlander movie I'm going to see.
You should really watch the original before you watch the reboot.
Yes.
Just have seen it.
Yeah.
It is pretty good.
It's old movies though.
It is.
You're
Doesn't
such
matter.
a young person.
I'm still having problems with watching Stargate SG-1 because it's so old.
But this is a 1986 movie that's
Is it that old?
yeah.
Really?
But it has aged well
Yeah, it has aged
compared
very well.
to other things made after.
True.
But that's because they're not overdoing the special effects, and the special effects they have are usually just lightning and
Yeah, in the
sparks,
first
and
one, in the first one, they're very conservative
Yeah.
with the graphics. In the third one, it's quite explosive and a lot of stuff happening.
I've only watched the other ones like once, and the original I think I watched like 5 times.
The same with the original one, and the second one I've probably watched 3 or 4 times. I quite like that one actually, but it's a little weirder.
Yeah, it's a
than
little
the
out
first
there. And I also seen the TV series, which
What?
you
TV
didn't even
series?
know about.
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, interesting. It's about what is it? It's Connor McLeod as the main one in the movies, isn't it?
Mm.
And
Connor
then
McLeod.
it's his brother or no cousin.
In the TV series?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that actually. Interesting. I didn't know
What's
that
his
existed.
name again? It's pretty good, and it goes on for 6 seasons.
6 seasons? Oh my god! And
One
I've
of the
never heard
big-
about
One of the big reasons it's actually ending in the end is because the actors are growing older,
it.
and that becomes a problem when they're supposed to be
Immortal.
immortal. It's Duncan McLeod.
Duncan McLeod. Ah, yeah, you see him in the second movie?
Yeah.
When did this?
And Connor McLeod is in the TV series for at least 1 or 2 times.
When did the TV series air?
It started airing.
90s?
That's a good question. Yeah, 92.
Yeah, I would suspect so.
That's the year I was born.
No
You're
wonder
so
I haven't
young.
seen it. No
So yeah, the
wonder.
TV series is actually pretty good.
I
seen
have
it
never
all.
watched it,
I've
but
seen
if you could give me access to it, that would be
Yeah.
nice.
I've seen it twice, and of course it has "Princess of the Universe" as the opening theme, which is a beautiful song.
It is.
I love all of the because "Princess of the Universe" and at least one more Queen song was made for the movie.
Who wants to live forever? That one.
Was actually made for the movie.
Yeah, I realized that in hindsight because I watched the movie, the second one, where they play that one, and then later, like let's say 5 years ago, I started listening to Queen quite a bit,
Yeah.
and it's like I've heard this song before.
Yeah, so many times.
Yes,
Oh, it's
it's a
very
really good
nostalgic
song.
because of
Everything Queen made, more or less, is excellence.
Yeah.
And you don't listen to Queen, do you?
Well,
You
yeah.
uncultured swine.
No, I do. I actually been to a Queen tribute concert. So I actually listen a lot to Queen.
Good.
I can't name a single song, but I know the one that's so different in the song. You know, changes tempo and have the choir thingy singing.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but I know which song you mean.
The most famous one,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Queen
Yeah.
and is it Adam Lambert? Yeah, they're playing in Oslo this summer.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
Who's playing?
Queen and Adam Lambert.
so it's Queen, the original drummer, bassist, and guitarist.
Isn't the guy dead from Queen?
Yeah, the vocalist is,
Okay.
Yeah.
but they have a replacement or stand-in for him.
Are they still called Queen?
Yes, because is it 2 or 3?
I think it's at least 2.
Yeah,
It's
because I know the drummer and the bassist.
Brian
from the
May
movie.
and Roger Tyler.
Yeah, so it's probably those two and a stand-in vocalist. Because I only think they had a bassist and a drummer.
Yeah.
This is still like the same sound and everything, or is it completely different?
They are finding vocalists who are good enough to
Yeah, similar.
almost.
Similar
Yeah.
to, though there is no replacement for Freddie Mercury, you can find people that sound fairly similar. I watched one on YouTube that sounded like 99% the same.
That's awesome. But I know that Queen plus Adam Lambert has been very popular.
Mm.
It's technically a different band, but
And you were gonna
that was
watch?
same.
You gonna go watch this?
No, I'm going to Brad Paisley at the same time.
Ah, okay.
Brad Paisley.
Yeah, get some country on it.
It's pretty cool.
Baby, lock them doors and bring the lights down low.
Is it he that got that song?
No, I don't think so.
Baby,
That's-
let them know.
That's
That's
the
a good
only country song I got like off the top of my mind right now.
That's a cool song though.
Yeah, it's nice.
I like it. Baby, lock them down, turn the lights down low. That's awesome. Brad Paisley, I've never heard of him.
If you showed me a picture, I might remember who it is. But
It's the guy with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
like every country singer ever, that's not descriptive.
Exactly.
It's like going to Norway and saying that blonde woman over there.
Indeed.
this guy.
It's the guy with the cowboy hat.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen him before. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the guy with the cowboy hat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good songs.
Didn't know you listened to country though.
I listen to everything.
True.
I listen to most things, not everything though.
I like. I don't listen to opera. You probably do.
A little bit, not that much, but I do listen to a little bit of classic music, classical
same.
music.
Classical music is very good when you're programming.
Yeah, I can
I
understand.
do
that.
either that or I do
Jazz.
like fantasy music,
Yeah.
like proper like made for fantasy games music.
I was the same actually. I didn't program that much though, but I wrote in HTML and CSS and everything, and I always put on the classical music when I did that. It was fitting. Either that, or if I met a big problem, I used to put on death metal
Death metal.
just to get the aggression out.
Yeah.
Because I hate death metal. I hate it. I can't stand it.
I'm not a big fan of death metal, but I'm more of the kind of person that listens to individual songs that I like, not so much the band, though I do really enjoy some bands.
Sure.
But it's more the individual songs I like, and not top 50.
I'm more there. I'm
Yeah.
like the only Spotify list I got on my Spotify is Norway top 50. But that's because basically earlier I always went out partying, and those are the songs that got played.
Late. Yeah, I understand that.
If I was listening to that list, I always knew the songs.
I worked as a bouncer for some time, and the only kind of music I heard was the unts and boom, boom, boom.
Indeed.
So I got really tired of that shit.
Yeah. So Åvar, do you read any books?
No, not so much. I'm busy with things, work, and when I'm home, I'm on my computer, so not so much. You?
Have you tried audiobooks?
Same
really
problem
sounds like
because-
it really sounds like I'm going for
Yeah,
an advertisement.
Audible.
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounded like have you heard about this new thing? No.
that would have been a very good way to
yeah, it
do
would
an
have been.
advertisement. We
Audible
gotta get
does
one of those
all the books
Audible
you want.
advertisements.
But I know a friend of mine, he's in the D&D stream you should check out on Mondays. And on YouTube, Not a Nerd.
Benjamin, I'm guessing.
Yes, Benjamin. He listens to audiobooks quite a lot now because he drives for work.
It's really
And
helpful.
he's listening to Wheel of Time, of course. But yeah, I haven't read any books in recent time, actually. I mostly read when I go traveling, because when I'm at home, I have my computer. So I either play games, Photoshop, or something.
Yeah, understandable. I have a book that you can read on your next vacation that a friend of mine wrote.
Yes.
It's called The Beast Hunters.
Beast Hunter.
I've started listening to it now because it came out on Audible, I think, yesterday.
I'll have to check it out.
It's by Krista Lende, who is a training buddy of mine.
Hmm.
And so I've started listening to that now, and it's starting pretty well. It's sort of like The Witcher-esque type of book.
You're not going to ask me?
No, I'm not even going to try asking you.
Okay. Fine. What if I want to read some books?
So I want you to read it just so we can discuss it on the podcast, which would be cool.
Fair enough. Do you have a copy?
I do.
Then
I've
you can
Given
probably borrow
away
it.
3 copies already.
I don't. I just need to borrow one.
That's no problem. So I've also been rereading a couple of books called Skyward,
I've heard
made
about that.
by Brandon Sanderson,
He's an excellent writer.
who's one of the best writers in the world.
That is subjective, but I will agree.
Technically not subjective because you can just look
One of
at
the top sellers. Yes, I
selling
understand
numbers,
that.
yeah.
But
But this is a pretty interesting book because it's about a young girl called Spencer,
Mhm.
who's a human,
Mhm.
but she doesn't grow up on Earth. She grows up on a planet where the people always live underground
because of the sun.
because of ships coming down from space to shoot at them
Oh.
if they go out. And so when she grows up when she's around 17 years old, she starts flying their own ships to fight back.
Mm.
And trying to she goes to a flight school to learn how to fly and to combat these ships that are falling down from the sky and attacking them, keep them underground. It's very, very, very interesting.
Interesting concept.
Sounds like it could be a cool movie.
I agree.
I think it's going to be the movie rights have been sold on this.
Oh,
really?
Nice.
Yeah.
So maybe there'll be a movie then.
There are currently 3 main books and 3 sort of smaller novellas in between the books,
Telenovela.
and they are insanely popular.
So it's probably along the lines of Ender's Game and stuff like that.
It's interesting.
Ender's Game, isn't that a movie?
It is a movie, but they were books first.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, but yeah.
Those are very interesting because the first book is very he's for everyone to see in the movie. He's just sort of trying a simulation to fight the enemy for a long time, training, and then he realizes that the training is actually the fighting.
Yes.
That's the first book, and then the second, third, fourth, fifth book are all about traveling through space.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because there's a lot of you have to think about the time dilation and how time moves differently when you're moving at the speed of light.
Yes, like in Interstellar,
Yeah,
which is a movie I loved.
it's just so interesting how different the first book and the next few books.
I
in the
haven't
series
read the
are.
books. I only watched the movie, and I like the movie. But
Yeah.
a friend of mine described it the same way, essentially.
Yeah, so I actually
The
think
pace is.
the books after are more interesting on their own,
He said the same thing.
but it doesn't make sense as a sequel really because it's just a completely different series. It has the same characters and the same sort of enemies and stuff like that, but it's not the same story in any way.
I thought the end of the movie described
It sort of sets up the
described a change of heart for Ender.
Yeah, he wants to-
which sets up for the second book, I believe.
It does, but it doesn't feel cohesive.
Uh,
But it's still interesting. But I stopped reading the series
Hmm.
because I found out the author is a terrible human being,
Oh, fun.
and he should never be endorsed in anything he does.
Okay, nice.
really
so
terrible.
ignore everything Ender's Game.
So now I've spoiled Ender's Game for you, so just you don't have to see it
Yeah.
anymore.
But you should watch Interstellar, which is a very good
that's
movie.
a very
It
good
is.
movie.
It is pretty
It's
good.
fantastic.
I really love when movies like that actually incorporate what space would do and traveling.
Well,
fast.
what we think space would do.
we do have,
We don't have evidence, but all the research says it's this way.
Yeah.
and they incorporated
We
that.
do have evidence for the time dilation and stuff like that.
Well,
to
yes.
move at the speed of light. But how to do it, we don't have evidence for.
Yeah.
But what would happen if we did?
Mm.
Sort of like, say you travel for 10 years at the speed of light away from Earth and then back. I don't know the math right now.
Yeah, but X amount of
50
time
years
would be
have
different.
gone
Yeah.
by for everyone on Earth. But for you, it would have just been 20 years. So
Mm.
that would actually be hundreds of years for the people
Yeah.
on Earth. So I was going to say like 10 minutes at the speed of light back and forth. And
Yeah. The time dilation is quite insane.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mm.
So if you ever want to travel in time, you can travel forward. You just need to go fast enough.
Yes, but you cannot travel backwards.
I can go pretty fast.
Not that fast.
I'm the fastest man alive.
I was the
Yeah.
fastest one on my
Actually,
record team.
Barry Allen from The Flash, or I mean the character Flash, should, like, if he logically, by physics, did the things he did, he should actually be extremely slow.
His body would have exploded.
Yes, that as well.
But yes.
The same thing with Superman. I watched a YouTube movie about it. Him just moving at the speed of a speeding bullet, or stopping a speeding bullet, should make people in the vicinity explode.
Yeah.
Just from a sonic boom.
So I like science and logic
Yeah.
sometimes.
When it's narratively not important.
Yeah. So when it enhances the story, not when
Yes,
it ruins the
exactly.
story. But that's like, have you seen The Boys?
Yes.
The opening clip in that series. The first episode, the first like 10 seconds of the first episode.
The
season
one where he runs through his girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. I like that because it's actually what would happen.
Yeah, and that would happen very often with the speedster.
Oh, yeah.
Well, depends on how.
It depends on how observant they are.
Yeah.
And how their reflexes work during super speed and stuff
Yeah.
like it. There's a lot of factors there. But if they hit a person, the person would go,
Yeah.
which it does in The Boys. And
But I
like
know
the
in
series.
the Flash TV series, you sometimes see the Flash being thrown and then hit people.
Mhm.
He would have gone through those people
Yeah.
because he's moving at such a high speed.
Yeah.
He's sort of being stopped by them instead.
And you had the similar thing with Quicksilver in X-Men Homecoming.
Yeah.
I think it was when he runs around the kitchen,
Yeah.
and touches like a grape. That grape should have just
Yeah.
True.
Same with the people. When he takes like one dude's arm with the gun, he takes the gun away, makes a fist with that arm, and does this, and then just makes him punch himself in the face. That face is broken.
But
Yeah.
it's cooler.
Yes, I do
The way
agree.
you do it, though.
But physics-wise,
And
different stuff should happen.
I really love the sort of stop motion speedster.
Yeah.
Like that everything around you is stopped and you're moving.
Because if you go by the concept of speedster, in superhero movies, they move so fast, everything seems slow.
Yeah.
And I love that. I also like the Sherlock Holmes movies where he's like planning the
Yeah.
moves beforehand.
There's, yeah.
Shoulder
Drop of water
dislocated, jaw
falling, yeah.
dislocated, ability to spit in the back of head removed. Physical recovery, 3 months.
I'm thinking
Mental recovery, never.
if a speedster actually had the abilities of going that fast,
Mm.
but not able to control them as slowing down,
Mhm.
meaning that the world always goes by that slowly.
I believe a couple of comics about the Flash actually incorporate that because he loses control of his powers, so he's always speeded up, and he has to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, because that would be my nightmare if I had speed powers.
Every day would be years.
Yeah, but not only that, you can't interact with
No.
people. You would slowly go insane.
But you need to have your speed on all the time, though.
That's the concept that it happens.
Yeah.
That he can't control it. He can't slow
So
himself
say-
down again.
So say Superman, he can also go that fast, but it's a different kind of fast. But yeah, nerdy stuff doesn't matter. So say he was never able to slow down. So green kryptonite it doesn't make him weaker. It just makes him unable to slow down. That would break him
Yeah.
because he'd be alone.
Because
True.
it's not just moving your body fast, it's thinking fast,
Yes.
looking fast,
Everything's fast.
listening fast,
Comparatively,
smelling fast.
yeah. Comparatively, if you just slowed everyone else down, you would essentially have the same power.
Smelling wouldn't be fast
What?
Because the smell has to come to you.
True, but
same with listening.
there you go into physics again, where I believe that if you actually were able to either slow everyone down to such an extent that you would perceive them as in slow-mo or stop motion, or you could speed yourself up to the same degree, I believe you would just be static. Because the thing is, all around you, there are molecules, and they are no longer moving.
Yeah.
Is that the reason I'm so static?
Yes.
If
You're so fast
you
you
add
can't
logic
move.
to these things, they just break down.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
quickly, so try not to.
So, for example, if they worked like that, a speeder would not function. Speedster, I mean, would not function. Because either he couldn't move because molecules, or B, he's running and a raindrop hits him in the head and he's just dead.
Yeah.
Because he hits it at like fucking Mach 70 and
That's
he
like
dies.
hitting the water at terminal velocity.
Yeah, essentially.
It's concrete.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
If you want to watch or listen to or read superhero stuff, or magic stuff for that matter, just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting to feel that this is way above my pay grade. To even
You're not
understand.
nerdy
So.
It's sort of a good mix between physics, math, and superhero geekiness.
Yeah.
I'm more like if me kick ball there, everybody goes yay.
Yeah.
That's my capability.
A little bit beyond that, I think.
Yeah.
Not that simple.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember you in our first ever podcasts that talked about you becoming a bigger nerd than me.
Yes.
I still have a. We're not ending the
Thing
podcast
is-
No, but
tomorrow.
you actually said that you were sort of because you had started the store and everything. You were now maybe
You're-
even a bigger nerd.
Yeah.
in certain areas.
Arguably, yes.
In
In Warhammer.
practicing being a nerd, in actually doing stuff, actually
In playing games, I can maybe agree on that. But like in nerd lore and knowledge, I think you'll never catch up to Sindre because he will continue to also be more and more nerdy
Indeed.
as you also do so.
because you never really stop.
Yeah, true.
If you first start being a nerd, you never stop.
Well, my mom always told me I accomplish everything I'm gonna set out to do. So if I'm gonna set out to be a bigger nerd than Sindre, she's promised me
you're
I will
gonna-
accomplish that.
You're going to have to work really hard on
You just
that.
need to put me in a coma for a few years, and
Yes.
it's no problem.
True.
Catch up.
That's
a good
possible
way.
to do.
Yeah.
And then Sindre will wake up and be like, where's the disco at?
True. Nah, I'm never gonna get there. I don't have enough interest for lore stuff and everything around.
I do. I like the lore.
I'm more of seeing, playing, doing kind of thing. So
Action Man.
indeed. Nah, so to sit down and just go over 100 articles about how superheroes will do if they run at speed or whatever.
Yeah, but that's more about logic, less about like theses and theories and stuff like that.
That's like
True.
every party I go to with other nerds. It's like that kind of discussion always comes up.
Yeah.
You have that. You two are like. I don't like the TV series, but Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
They always
Fair enough.
discuss which superhero would win in a fight, and not only like this guy is stronger than this or this have better gadgets. They go down to the level
Small
you did
details,
with
yes.
speed. That's the level you are at.
Yeah, but I have to point out the logic part because if, like the speed source, I said, because if you have, it's a question of physics. Because if you have greater mass or greater speed, you have an effective force differing on the other object. Because you have the, is it Einstein? E equals mc squared.
Mhm.
And
I know that's Einstein.
yeah, but and the equal and opposite force. So if you hit me in the face, my face will equate more or less the same force on your hand. The difference being your hand is in motion, my face is still.
That's also part of why Ant-Man is so interesting,
Yeah,
because he's actually
doesn't
the
make
same
sense.
mass,
yeah, no,
smaller,
not
isn't it?
always.
isn't it?
Because it really annoys me. The Ant-Man movie really annoyed me
Yeah.
because if you go from a human-sized, okay, so let's say me then. I weigh 100-something kilograms, so 250 pounds-ish.
Yeah.
Around there. If you shrunk me down to like 1 centimeter, I would break the table.
Yeah, instantly. Or you wouldn't break it. You would just go through it, maybe.
Yeah, probably I'd just make a hole in it.
You wouldn't break it.
He doesn't do that in the movie, and it pissed me off.
But that's sort of the superhero workaround, because you have to do stuff like that. Otherwise, he wouldn't work.
Yeah, but my problem with it is that he sometimes could do that, and it was so random. He would like jump and punch someone, but when he landed, he didn't make a crack in the floor.
Yeah,
it pissed me off so much.
That's like...
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I like the movie.
I reacted to the exact same thing in a few scenarios when you have like he's hitting something and you hear ding.
Yeah.
It's like, he would have broken it. Yeah. Not just
like jumping out the window and it's like, no.
Because he's cracking people's skulls basically around, but he can't ruin
actually if it went properly, that would have been, let's say 80 kilograms man, so 180 pounds-ish, something like that. He would have jumped, punched, and like 1 millimeter hole through someone's skull as he punched them. Not break anything, just through that head.
That's like...
It annoys me, but you can't do that in a Marvel movie because that would be too high a PG rating.
Yeah, and also it wouldn't really work well. Say I punch you in the arm and you just get a small hole in your arm. Yeah, cool. It's like a needle.
Yeah.
Doesn't really hurt me that much.
No.
Compared to just him standing there punching him like a normal man, it would actually be worse. But then if he was just this big, it would have probably been better, like 10 centimeters
it would, big. 10 centimeters tall would have made more sense, because then the square area hitting people, like he could have just shoulder bashed people.
Yeah.
And that would have worked perfectly. I would have no argument against that.
Full body splash.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Like 100 kilos in this like 10 centimeters area hitting you.
At like maximum jumping speed.
Yeah, and for him it's probably close to terminal velocity. When he
very close.
Off.
So I would have broken your arm almost off.
That's like thoughts that never crosses my mind when I
you're not nerdy enough.
I'm just like, this is a cool movie, so let's just do it.
I like the movie, as I said. I enjoyed the movie quite a lot.
That's why I like Marvel stuff like What If.
Yeah.
If they do
I like that as well.
Properly.
Yeah. Like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. You haven't seen What If?
What If? Is What If a movie?
Yes. It's a series.
A series?
Yeah.
No.
It's like 5 episodes.
It's on Disney Plus, I believe. It's 5 or 6 episodes of like, what if instead of the guy being Captain America, it's the British woman. His companion, I don't remember her name, unfortunately.
Steve Rogers, and I don't remember.
So instead of Steve Rogers,
Agent
you have
Carter.
the British
Carter something.
Yeah, Carter something.
Miss
So
Carter.
instead of Steve Rogers, you get Carter. So it's is it Captain Britain? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say Sharon Carter, but that's the girl.
But that's one of the what ifs, and another one is a zombie apocalypse.
What if a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, with the superheroes and everything.
Oh, what if a zombie apocalypse broke out?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have on superheroes?
So
like superheroes became zombies?
So like Captain America becomes a zombie.
Ooh.
And Iron Man becomes a zombie, and Doctor Strange becomes a zombie.
And everyone, like Spider-Man, I believe as well.
What's it called when Japanese guys just...
Seppuku.
Yeah,
Seppuku.
I'm going to think of Seppuku.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in that world.
No. If the Hulk comes running around as a zombie...
You're effed.
I don't think the Hulk can become a zombie.
I don't think so because of the regeneration, but it
depends on the writer.
Yeah.
But could what's he called? The guy before he becomes a Hulk?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner. Could he become a zombie?
No, technically not, because as soon as his body is like in danger in any way, the Hulk just goes, haha, my turn.
It depends on the virus, to be honest. The virus could probably make the Hulk believe it was good.
It depends on what kind of zombie virus you end up with, because you have different kinds of zombie viruses in popular culture. Some are like you become an undead, literally. You die, come back, and you still like rot and walk around. And then when your corpse is like sufficiently desiccated, meaning dried in, you fall over because your body can't move anymore. Or you have the other one, which is quite common, which is rabies.
Yeah.
Essentially, you have hyper rabies, making you mad and kill people.
That's a fun thing, though. Zombie Bruce Banner, but Hulk still being regular Hulk.
I could see a writer doing that story.
Yeah, so could I.
But yeah.
For me,
You get to a point where that would just work just as well, just having a raging Hulk at all times instead of having the zombie version.
yeah.
True.
Why not just have the Hulk rage?
Mhm.
True. It's still fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking that if all of you guys have any suggestions for me when it comes to the quiz, you can send them in
Suggestions?
or comment below. And I have questions for these guys, especially Kenneth, if you want to test this nerdiness.
Give me some easier questions, please.
I won't accept easier questions.
Esports question. Hard esports.
If you want to mess me up, then like person names, so writer names,
No, I'm bad at that
esports
too.
games.
Esports games I'm good at, but persons and names and stuff, I'm bad. Unless it's esports
Players, yeah,
that I can do.
that I would fall right off.
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter, yeah.
Oh,
It's
Peggy
the,
Carter, yes.
Agent Carter
I
name.
actually started seeing the Miss Carter show, but I stopped
Mm.
like 3 episodes in.
Miss Carter? Agent Carter?
Agent
Carter.
Carter.
I saw the first. Is there more than one season? I don't know.
I think it's
saw
only one season,
Yeah.
I believe. I fell off it as well eventually. I don't remember why.
No, I don't remember
Too-
why.
too
Well,
slow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah. It's interesting because it shows sort of the time before Captain America comes back and stuff like that. What happened
Yes, yes,
after
yes.
Captain America left and how was S.H.I.E.L.D. made and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff. It's pretty cool. And you see a lot of Iron Man's father, which is also
I watched more or less, I believe, all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I did enjoy, but it's somewhat inconsistent at times.
Yeah, it sort of stops being a Marvel show at one point.
It's
An
a
MCU show.
it gets weirder and weirder, and
Yeah.
then it's like, eh.
I think it's when they sort of got the official ruling that this was a MCU legacy show.
Yeah,
They were just
Probably.
like, okay, screw it, we're doing what we want to do.
yeah.
So that's if it was
I enjoyed most of it.
if it was made now for Disney Plus, it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
I think.
Probably, I believe so. Yes.
I think I fell off after like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, I think it was about that time. Yes.
But anyway, should we go over to the quiz, boys?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I'm looking
You
forward to
have
this.
a buzzer for me today, Åvar.
Same as last time. I will stick with boing.
I will do Weeha.
We have
First one. Okay.
Okay, so Kenneth, you should not look at my
I
screen.
never do.
We are going for the first question, which is a sports question because I promised you this in the first episode, I believe.
Oh, no.
It says, this is sort of like, I have no idea myself. It says, what basketball great never fouled out of a game?
Boing.
Come on.
Michael Jordan.
Eh.
Weeha. What basketball great?
Yeah.
Could it be Steve Nash?
No.
Okay.
I have a list of names
Okay.
that I can go through and you guys can guess after.
Okay. Did not foul.
First one is A, Michael Jordan. So you already know that's wrong. B is Wilt Chamberlain. C is Larry Bird. D is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So Weeha. Both Kareem. Larry Bird is a point forward. Or point guard or shooting guard. The other two are centers or power forwards. So it's got to be Larry Bird.
Mm,
Boing. Kareem
Nope.
Jabbar. Then it's the last one.
B,
So we
Wilt
both failed.
Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain, but he's like a big guy, big center guy.
Yeah, but it's a foul. But can I ask for one request in the future?
Yeah.
Can you take a sport that none of us know?
Yeah.
Because he knows basketball. I don't.
But he still failed, so it's good.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
And I believe everyone has now tuned out and stopped listening to the
Yes.
podcast. So let's
it's no
go-
longer nerdy. It's no longer nerdy.
Let's go on to the two nerdy questions.
But if you're gonna keep it sport, go for esports or something that's more.
Yeah, that was it was just a joke.
More nerdy
yeah,
sports.
yeah.
It's a
Alright.
very big joke.
Okay, good.
2. Which vehicle did Optimus Prime transform into?
Weeha.
Boing.
Kenneth?
Isn't that Dodge something? Dodge. What, Dodge?
Meh.
I don't know the make and mark, but it's a truck. So a hauling truck.
Yes.
Oh, isn't it? I thought it was the yellow.
No.
thing.
You're thinking about Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Yeah.
Dodge Ram or whatever the hell
He's
it is.
the red and blue truck.
Yes,
Optimus
the
Prime is
huge.
the big one, yeah.
Mm.
Shoe.
And then we have a question that I believe Kenneth will answer correctly. 3. How many Primarchs were created?
Boing.
Primarchs.
Damn it. I think I know the answer.
Primarchs. I don't know. I can't remember if that's the gods or the other thing. So let's say 12.
11? Oh.
Any more guesses, anyone?
Uh,
I give you one each more.
Primarchs.
I know him.
7.
No.
9?
No.
How many is it?
20.
Oh, it was 20, yeah.
20 Primarchs.
Dang.
Yeah, because he made a lot of them, but like 5 disappeared or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd never remember those.
Yeah. So that's a Warhammer question.
How
right?
for the point, extra question. How many can you name?
Of Primarchs?
You have a very good chance here to make name more than I do.
Gilliman. I played with a lot more. And yeah, you have Magnus the Red, and you have the Death Guard one. It's the
Yes, his name is.
Mortarian.
Yes.
That's about it, I think. I probably know a lot more. Yeah, the Dark Institute is a captain something, I believe, and
Yeah, you have Mortarion, and then you have Chorus Corax, and you have Ulfgar? No, what the hell is his name? I don't remember his name right now.
I don't know. I know.
Logar?
Yeah, no. Yeah, Lorgar is one of them.
Yeah.
I know you had that emo kid
And
for Raven God.
Sanguinius.
That's the Blood Angels one.
Yes.
That's about it.
So 1 point for me?
You won one.
Haha! By the smallest of margins.
Just 1 point for that quiz.
Yes.
True.
That was bad.
I didn't expect any of you to get the basketball question.
No.
I should have known the Primarch one.
I did expect Kenneth at least to know it.
No, but I still think it's weird that Chamberlain is known for not fouling.
I have no idea. I just Googled basketball questions,
Yeah,
quiz
and he
questions,
got
and
a
I just
random one.
took one and then
But
I Googled it.
I'm annoyed I didn't remember that there were 20 Primarchs.
Sure.
To be fair, after the split, Horus's heresy, there were like 9 loyal ones,
Don't
Yeah.
look at me.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't look at me.
Yeah,
don't know,
and
Lord.
Jagatai Khan, the Mongolian speedster.
Yeah, White Scar one.
Yeah, the White Scars.
I think I'm going to up the questions to 5 next time,
You could do that.
just to get a few
Fair
more.
enough.
True.
So I'm doing it now.
Okay, go ahead.
So, question number 4. What is the alternate dimension in Stranger Things known as?
Boing,
Åvar?
the Upside Down.
That's correct.
I wasn't even going to bother. I've seen 1.5 season, I believe.
Same. I haven't watched that much.
I've seen all of it.
But I do know that the Demogorgon is the main enemy in the first episode. No, season, I mean, sorry.
I like that they start off with a lot of focus on D&D.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I-
it when you see
I
D&D
also
in
enjoyed
pop
that.
culture. Yeah.
And it has, I actually enjoyed some of the like stereotypical 90s horror movie, like,
Yeah.
and being dragged off into the darkness and stuff like that.
We're doing a 4th question.
5th is going to be
If
now.
now,
5th. Yep. And
Bad.
Åvar is guaranteed to win.
Yeah.
But let's say this one is worth 2 points.
fair enough.
Okay.
Detectives Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett belong to which film franchise?
Oh.
We are
Kenneth?
detectives. I have no fucking clue.
Then why did you dig?
I need you to try to get this. Detectives.
Yep.
Batman.
No.
Series?
Movies.
Movies. So multiple movies.
Detective Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett.
The names ring a bell, but I
yeah.
don't remember.
Lowry.
They ring a bell, but I have no clue.
Same problem.
Do you guys want a small hint?
Yes, a small hint, please.
One of the characters gets shot in the ass and needs to sit on a donut.
Oh,
I already answered.
Boeing.
Yep.
What is it? 5-0? No, what the hell is it?
And wrong.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kenneth, do you want to guess?
No, actually.
I know which one you mean.
The 3rd movie just came out like 2 years ago, I think.
I was thinking about Deadpool, but
No. I know which movie. I can't remember its name. I haven't
Very
watched
funny.
any of them.
Do you want me to say an actor's name?
Sure, but it won't matter.
Will Smith.
Oh, we have
Kenneth?
bad boys.
Oh,
What you gonna do? What you gonna do
I've
when
watched
they
the
come
first and second
for
one.
you?
Yeah. The third one just came out now recently.
Yeah.
That's right.
The reason why I'm using the characters' names is because Mike Lowry is used a lot in the first one and second.
Yeah, but it's
name.
been like
Yeah,
10,
I
12
know.
years since I watched the last one.
But the
Or
other
more.
one rang a bell more for me.
Marcus Burnett.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Might be from something else.
True, might be. But I'm not going to take those 2 points. That's all of us win. So
Yeah.
it's 3-0, I believe.
You got too
Barely.
many hints to take that victory.
Mm.
What? Come again?
You took too many hints
Yeah,
to take
true,
that
true,
as a
true,
victory over Åvar for his actually good guesses,
Åvar is
Or-
2-0.
good answers.
Yeah, because I was thinking of the series that the comedy series, which is not a movie, which I've buggered up. So now I was like, I would never have thought of that one until you said Will Smith, and it's like, oh, it's that one. I don't remember the name right now.
Yeah.
You do remember the song, though.
Bad boys,
Yeah,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boys, bad boys.
Etc.
Cool movies, actually.
Yeah.
I like 'em.
Actually, what I remember more than that is Gabriel Iglesias, the stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he plays the music in the car, and the cop going to give him a ticket starts walking to the sound, to the tempo.
Yeah.
I remember that more.
I remember that one with the "You shot me in the ass."
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
You shot me in the ass.
And then I remember the pool being destroyed
Yeah.
and the garden party and the
Oh, yeah.
second movie, I think.
Yes, I believe so.
I believe I've seen the second movie the most in these.
I think the best scene is when the one kid comes to pick up Will Smith.
His daughter, yeah.
Not Will Smith's daughter.
No,
the other
but
guy's
the other one.
daughter, to take him to a date or prom or
Yeah.
something. And they just
Intimidate him.
yeah
Yes, I
goof
remember
around
that.
him. That's pretty funny.
Quite funny.
It's good movies.
I've watched quite a few memes of the Frozen / the Bad Boys clip.
Frozen / Bad Boys.
Yeah, it's when not Elsa but her sister is young and she's standing at the door. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman? And Will Smith takes the gun through the hole in the door.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's quite funny.
And then,
That's nice.
and in the clip you just see the screen sort of light up. It's fantastic.
I haven't seen that one.
Fantastic.
I've not seen that one.
It's funny.
I see myself as a pretty big memer, so I should have seen.
Not compared to me, you don't.
No. You spam every chat with memes every single day.
No, not every single day.
Almost every
No,
single day.
like
not that bad.
maybe twice a week.
Every single day. Let's just agree on every single day.
No.
Okay.
So I like that I'm starting to sort of gauge you guys' sort of level of
pool.
knowledge in different sort of genres and questions.
Give me those esports.
And
ones.
it's going to be interesting to see what you guys can do.
It's more. It was far more equal this time.
Well, it still bugs me about the basketball question.
You should have known that one.
But I'm not big into basketball at all.
No.
So
I'm not into sports.
I didn't. I don't remember you ever talking about basketball. That's why I sort of picked that one.
I did
I thought he
watch-
had talked about basketball.
No, I did watch a couple of seasons for like 10 years ago.
But you could. I feel you could have asked, like, in Space Jam, who's the famous basketball player playing in the movie?
But everyone knows
That would have been
that.
too easy.
And his name is.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
I would have gone for
Like-
one of the side basketball characters because there
For
are
example.
like I think it's 4 other
it's
famous
like-
ones who get their powers taken away.
Is it 4?
Yeah, Larry Bird is one of them. So there, like, I know every one of those on the question there. I know
Oh, so you wouldn't
know
have
of
gotten that
every
one.
one of them,
Yeah.
but I don't know who. And logic says it's not Will Chamberlain, but
Wilt Chamberlain.
he's a big guy.
Anyway, continue.
Yep. So Åvar,
Oh, it's my turn now.
have you brought us
I have.
bad review today?
Bad review with Åvar. I have a bad review. I'm not going to say the title. Yeah, I'm going to leave the title as a hint. So,
Sounds good.
is everyone ready?
Ready as can be.
This review is a 3 out of 10 stars on IMDb. I don't know if it's British humor or just the actor, but I was begging to laugh and found nothing funny. All I found was a stumbling, bumbling detective that was easily hoodwinked. I've never been a fan of slapstick comedy to begin with, and this was nothing but. Absurd situations, long-running jokes, and almost as bad, terribly set-up jokes. Once you realize the main character is a complete klutz bordering on being a total fool, it's easy to see a lot of the jokes coming.
Okay.
I'm seeing like Johnny English or something.
Yeah, British and detective.
Is it Johnny English? It's called the British like comedian.
The one that played Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, yeah.
Johnny English. You have Johnny English. You have Sherlock Holmes. It could be, but it sounds more like Johnny English.
Yeah, when he said detective, I was thinking like Sherlock Holmes style thing, but the rest of the review didn't really ring Sherlock Holmes to me.
No. I'm British. Is there anything else British in detective?
You have like Cody Banks.
No, but that's American.
Oh, yes. That's American, I believe.
Isn't there a British version, or not a version, but something similar?
No. It could be Kingsman,
Yeah.
and that's humorsy as
But
well.
I don't feel like it does have some pretty bad humor in the end of the first movie and a lot in the second.
A lot in the second.
And they probably wouldn't call it a detective then.
Like the Danish princess and stuff like that. It's just.
But again, detective.
It was quite like, why?
The rest of the movie is so good.
Yes.
Why did you have to do this part?
Yes.
Just doesn't make sense in the universe
it doesn't.
and in the rest of the movie.
And problem is in the second movie you have a lot more of the same that humor, and that's like,
I'm like, was that really what you thought people
Yeah.
liked from the first movie? We like the murderous
the everything
fun scenes.
else.
Yeah,
Okay, detective
So?
English. Is there anything else?
Johnny English.
Have you made your choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta be Johnny English.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Would
I
you
thought
like a
so.
hint?
Yes, please.
So, the title
Oh wait,
the title is Give Me the Cartoon.
Give me the
the
cartoon.
cartoon.
Give me the cartoon. Oh, cartoon of something.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a live action movie of something that also has a cartoon.
In a cartoon, yes.
I was about to say it could be like the gold member thing. I don't remember what.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, yeah.
But there's no. Well, there is cartoons of Austin Powers. Yeah, it could
Is there?
definitely be Austin Powers.
I don't, not as far as I know.
I'm not aware of that.
Is it Austin Powers?
No.
No,
I
didn't think so.
I believe I've seen Austin Powers cartoons on Cartoon
You want
Network.
a secondary hint?
Yes, please.
In the cartoon, this is going to give it away though, so you're going to win but by this hint. The main character in the cartoon is depicted as an animal.
Main character animal
In the cartoon.
in the cartoon. Oh, I got it. It's the Pink Panther.
Pink Panther. Is there a live action movie of the Pink Panther?
Yes, sir. And it's hella funny. I love it.
There is indeed, and you are completely correct, but I gave it away on the last one.
Yeah, you did.
So it's the Pink Panther movie with Peter Sellers,
Yes, I love
which
that
is
movie.
an excellent comedic actor. He does the slapstick act easily as well as the Mr. Bean actor or the Monty Python crew.
Yeah.
He does it perfectly.
Yeah.
And the movie, when I watched it the first time, I think I was like 15 maybe, and it's all the best of British humor just depicted in this detective.
I think the last time I saw it was like just a couple of months ago.
Really?
Yeah. I
And
love
you
it.
didn't get it?
No, I didn't.
To be fair, I would have also gone with Johnny English.
Yeah.
So you got it correctly, but I gave a lot away.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. That's fun though. This horrible.
Nice guesses, though. Pink Panther, Kingsman,
Yeah.
Johnny English,
yeah.
Austin Powers. He's Canadian, though, I believe.
Yeah, but I think the movie is sort of English.
Yeah,
British.
the character is English.
Yeah. I just remember him driving the Mini
Mm.
with the proper like British flag on the roof.
Yeah.
It's just so that move that
You are making
part
me
is
horny,
so-
baby. Yeah.
Coolest scene.
And the biggest overbite.
Two coolest scenes in Austin Powers is the one when he's driving that cart thingy and he needs to go. He's like
Oh, yeah.
sideways in the hall and he needs to go back and forth to get.
There's a word for that. You've Austin Powers it.
Yeah, and the one with no way, that's not that movie. The Fuck Me, Fuck You.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the two
Fuck me,
Chinese
fuck you.
girls.
And that's not swearing. That's their names.
Fuck
Yeah.
me and fuck you. That's
The
amazing.
beeps he just said.
Yeah.
No, we're not beeping.
Nope, that's amazing. Those two scenes I love, and with the everything with the fat bastard. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love the fat
Fat
bastard.
I
bastard.
like the fat bastard when he's not the fat bastard anymore.
That creeped me out a little bit
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
but it's still funny.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Still creeps me out a little.
Yeah. The skin flaps. And it's like, no, please.
It still creeps me out when it's fat bastards as well.
A little bit.
Does a lot of nasty stuff.
But that was
Oh, yeah.
that was a very good bad review, but with a lot of sort of hints sprinkled in.
Yeah, because it's like English detective slapstick. The only thing that threw you off the most, I believe, is it's quite an old movie.
Yeah.
So
But I have seen it recently, so
Yeah.
I should have
I
brought that into the mix.
don't know if I've seen the cover a few hundred
The
times.
Pink Panther, 1963. So it's quite a bit older than all of us.
Yeah, I found there are two. So there's one newer as well.
Really?
With what's its name again? I just
Oh yeah, there's one newer one with the American actor as the detective instead. I know which one you
with,
mean. Yeah,
Steve Martin.
yeah. I prefer the older one.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
He's talking
no, I'm
about
talking
the
about the old one.
proper old one
How old is the proper
from
old one?
63.
1963.
Oh no, I've never seen that. I'm thinking about with Steve Martin.
No, I'm talking about the old one with Peter Sellers,
I don't know.
which
what Peter
is
says.
an excellent comedic actor.
Is it black and white?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. They might have added color later, but
Okay. I'm not gonna watch that.
yeah,
But,
Peter Sellers is very awesome.
Yeah.
Peter Sellers is like iconically one of the best physical actors that's been in many a generation.
But yeah, the new one you should definitely watch that. It's pretty. Cool.
I've watched the new one. I prefer the old one. The old one is better.
But if you haven't watched the old one, you can't prefer that over the new one. So then the new one is good.
I
But
have
if you
watched
have
the new
to
one,
choose one, why not choose the better?
which is
Because
the
it's
old
too
one.
old.
Because you can't take old
It's
movies.
too old. I cannot watch movies that's made before I was born.
You're like you.
Wow.
You can play 2D games because that's not high graphics enough.
Indeed. Indeed. Like when the game was it called Terraria?
Okay.
Terraria, yes.
I couldn't play it at all.
From the intro, I'm going to remove of nerds from the jockiest of nerds
Nah,
because I don't think he's a nerd anymore.
no, not anymore.
Find a jockey, regular guy that plays Warhammer, plays Magic all day.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
And he's a nerd.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm a nerd as well.
he
No.
plays Warhammer and D&D and
And he knows what he's talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, but find me someone who's not a nerd who loves to do all this stuff. Play Warhammer, paint Warhammer, build Warhammer, play Magic, play board games all day.
You worded it a little bit better there, yeah.
Yeah.
Watching SG1. Find me a nerd who does not do that.
Someone who's not a nerd.
Who's not a nerd and does.
So the ice hockey player that made his own board game and plays D&D regularly.
He's a nerd.
By what definition?
He plays D&D regularly and made his own board game.
Okay. You own a gaming store.
Yeah.
How
I'm
are
a
you?
nerd.
You are a nerd?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying that Sindre says I'm not a nerd. He needs to remove.
But
off nerds.
you don't know nerdy stuff and you refuse to watch old movies, which is
I
very
took,
nerdy.
away, I took away your nerd credentials.
Yes.
Just because I don't watch movies before 1990s.
As the two oldest nerds in the room, we revoke your nerd card.
Come on.
That is correct.
I'm a nerd. I'm a proud nerd.
Good. So, the next...
Yeah. So
What's
we
next?
played a new board game.
Yes.
Have you already forgotten?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm old.
Yeah, it's a week ago, so it's starting to fade for me
Yeah.
as well. But we did play a new board game.
No,
I'm
I
young.
remember the game vividly. I just didn't remember that was the next part.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about
So
Vault.
Volt.
Go straight into character and explanation.
Yeah. So this is a game none of us have played before. Right?
Sure.
You haven't played it either?
No. Well, I think I tested it when we opened the store, but it's like
I think on the last podcast I said I had played it before, but I mistook it for a different game.
Yeah.
So no, I had not played it before.
So yeah, let's listen to Åvar explain the game to us,
Okay.
and we'll be right back to review it.
Vault is a robot war-esque game where the players control tiny, murderous robots. The point of the game is to select hidden actions for your robot. Behind the hidden screen, you plan the destruction of your opponents. Using 6-sided dice, you can either move on the canvas or shoot any direction to damage your sworn enemies. Each player can attach modules from a large selection of gear to their robot. These modules will modify your actions. For example, your attack could also push your opponents, or you could break your movements early. The objective of the game is to get 5 victory points. You can get victory points by ending the round on 1 or by accidentally or viciously murdering your enemies. Now, let's get ready to vault!
Okay, so let's last week or the last episode of this podcast, I believe I sent the stick to you to start reviewing the game first, as it was your first one.
Okay.
And this time, I think maybe Kenneth.
No, I want to have it last.
Okay. I'm gonna go first then this time, since I went last time.
Okay.
Vault. It's a very interesting game. I've actually made a sort of weekend game jam computer game that's uses similar mechanics, which is pretty fun. Me and Oyan made that game, and I really like the sort of plan your moves, reveal your moves, everything happens at the same time sort of mechanic, which made the game pretty fun and interesting, and you never know what's going to happen, because I sort of plan, I want to go straight forward, I want to go to the left, and I want to shoot. Where do I want to shoot? I'm going to shoot to the right. And at the point when I get to where I think I'm going, I might not even be going to the same place, because one of you might have pushed me or pulled me or anything like that. And then when I get there, I shoot towards where I hope one of you will be, but there's a big chance you won't. And I love the fact that the box is also the board, and that you build up a proper canvas, like proper fighting canvas. So the game looks good, it feels good, it plays well, and the mechanics they work well.
They're very smooth and thought through, so it's not like janky or anything. It makes complete sense when you play it.
Yeah, and none of the rounds are the same, because you have different powers, you have different locations, you have different characters, and the objectives are always moving. And it all depends on what strategy the other players are going for. So if I'm going to review this game, it's a little bit of a hard one to review, or to put a rating to. So I'm not quite sure. I am going, it's not a insanely good game. It's a fine enough game. I'll probably play it again if someone wants to, but it's not a game I would sort of push people to play. There are better games out there that I would play rather than this, but I will probably play it again. So I'm actually going for a 6.5 this time. Yeah.
For my part, I really, really enjoyed it. The modularity of the board, meaning you can just change out the arena with another sheet of paper, essentially, to completely change the arena to a different layout, creates a great amount of modularity and interchangeability, because an extra pack or expansion for the game would essentially be new power-ups, because you have modular power-ups, as in the explanation that you just heard, can be just a small pack of cards, and the board can be changed out with different things. Like if you wanted to, you can actually make a 3-dimensional map for this game. So you go up and down or stuff like that if you wanted to. For an expansion, I mean. But the different ways the game plays based on what board and what power-ups your opponents have changes the game to such an extent that it's almost never the same game. But I will say that for me, the teleport power-up seems to be extremely powerful, because Sindre, in the game we had, which you can watch on YouTube, he had an anchor, making it so you aren't moved as much, which stopped us really badly. But if you have the teleport, that doesn't move. You just exchange places.
Yeah.
So the teleport seems a little bit more powerful than most other things. But I really enjoyed it. I could really easily play it again. And if someone asked me, yes, I can easily say that, yeah, play it. So I'd say a 7 for me.
A 7. So you would recommend this?
Yeah, I would recommend it.
The reason I wanted to go last is because I thought you guys would like it a lot more than I did. It's to build off what Åvar said, the components and the board and using the box as the board game or board mat was pretty good. I like the aesthetics of the game, but the game itself lacked a lot of meat. It was when you started playing it, you got into it, and it was just quick down with a couple of dice, 3 dice, either think about whatever everyone's gonna do or just do something. Then you lift your screen away, you do the rounds, and back on it again. 3 dice, up, do. 3 dice, up, do. It's just really quick, not a lot of substance, not a lot of stuff. You could choose those 2 power-ups that we had at the start of the game, and normally you probably keep those 2 for the rest of the game. You can go for power-ups, but even that is not secure. So it's just a lot of random stuff. Not a lot of substance, easy, quick game. So for me, it was fun the first 10 minutes, and I was already bored of the game.
I that's actually one of the points I liked about it, how short the games were, because it doesn't drag out.
True, but for me, it's too much for a filler game, and too little for a game you sit down and play. It was kind of in between, and there wasn't much to the game. So I got bored really quick. It's a decent game, and if you're into it and like what you're doing, it could be fun. You could play it again, but for me, it was just like, meh. I give it a 5.
I'm very interested in how this game would change if we had 4 players.
Yes.
I think 4 players would drastically change how the game's played.
I think so.
Just because of the sheer sort of like number of things that are happening at the same time on the board. And that could possibly push you into using the board more.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But
I think it could change a bit about change how much is happening at the board, but nothing more or different than when you're playing 3 or 2. So it's just a bit more chaotic, but it's still the same. So I don't think it changes at all, in my opinion.
Maybe.
Possibly.
So it's a
I agree with Sindre.
It's in my opinion, completely okay game. If I'm gonna play again, if I'm going to a game night and you do want to play it, sure, I'll sit down and play with you, but I'm not gonna bring it.
Yeah, I also see that Vault includes rules for AI for a game with 2 to 3 players.
Yeah, you can bring an AI as well.
Oh.
And it does a lot more random stuff, so it could be an obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I would like to at some point try this game with 4 players, or maybe 3 players with an AI, just to try both options.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens to the game.
I'd be
if you
into
do
that. Yes.
So me and Åvar will find 1 or 2 other people, and we will try this again.
No,
That are not Kenneth.
It's an okay game. I
Yep.
can play it again.
Just
I
joking.
can play it again. It's okay.
Yeah.
So it basically, in my opinion, is like if you find the topic or the theme of the game interesting, sure, it's a decent game to play. Go buy it. If you're not interested in the topic or theme at all, then it's probably not a game for you, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I think that if you really like that kind of thing, like battle bots and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's interesting to try at least.
Agree.
So this is the most interesting and funnest part of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's getting the next game.
Nemesis.
Figuring
Ready
out.
for the Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
Nemesis.
I sort of like
Nemesis.
at this point not knowing what I'm going to play next week. I don't know it before now. And that's sort of interesting.
Nemesis.
And I love seeing this wheel go around here.
Nemesis.
And I love hearing him say Nemesis.
Nemesis. Come on.
Nemesis.
Come on.
Because
Enemy.
we are never going to play Nemesis because I removed it from the list
No, you did
long
not.
ago.
No, you did not.
Nice.
No, I didn't. We are going to be playing Love Letter.
Love Letter.
That's an interesting game, and it's also like a 15-minute game.
Which version?
I think we have Batman Love Letter as well.
I think that's in the list as its own game. But I think
we
since we only have Love Letter here, I think we're just going to choose, or we might play different ones at the same time because it's so quick.
Yeah.
It is very quick.
It's probably.
I think we've all played it before,
Yeah. So next week, you guys are going to see us play Love Letter.
Yes.
it's
Tune in.
It's in the filler game category.
Yes, very much so. It's like Coup.
Yeah.
Same.
It's very...
Coup timeline.
I like having those kinds of games around, and
Yes,
I will tell everyone more about my feelings about this
On the
Next
next
episode.
in
podcast.
2 weeks when you see this or listen to this after we've played Love Letters.
Love Letter.
So, once again, we come to the end of an episode of our podcast, Talk About Nerds.
Talk about nerds.
If you like what you're hearing, seeing, please leave a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted to our new or next or all of our videos going forward.
Yeah.
And leave a comment. And if you have something you really want to say, if you have something you want us to change or do on the podcast that you would really love,
You can notify us of that.
yeah, you can send us an email at media@nordsandnerds.com and we will respond if we can.
And if you have excellent quiz questions, same. nordsandnerd.com.
Yeah, or if you find a really bad review,
Yes.
please let
do that.
Åvar know and we will include it, possibly.
I will eventually run out of ideas, so yes, please.
Yeah, so thank you all for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Goodbye.